Hi, my name is Mike. I'm the head brewer at Phillipsburg Brewing Company, and today we are going to have a tasting panel of some English spirits that we've got on tap. We tend to get different yeasts in at different times of the year and make a series of beers that highlight historical styles that are made with that type of yeast, or that can highlight the characters of the yeast that we're looking for. So right now we've got these three British beers on tap. We've got a dark mild called Snugglepup. We've got a special bitter called The Best of Times, and this is a London porter called Dogtown. So we're going to taste through these, talk about some of the intricacies of British beer, the nuances, and give you some notes for all of these. You'll notice that they're not really lightest to darkest in color, but they are going to be lightest to darkest in like stylistically, flavor profile, alcohol, and sort of overall drinkability. So the first one we're going to start with here is the Snugglepup Dark Mild. Dark Mild's an old-fashioned kind of beer in England. Would have been made like around the turn of the last century. It's characterized by pretty low alcohol. This one in particular is 3.1%, and low hop character, low malt aroma, and just a little bit of roast barley for darkness here. This style is meant to be, it's called a session beer. It's meant to be drunk in long drinking sessions with your mates at the pub. When I'm tasting beer, I always do kind of a five-part sensory analysis. I start visually. This beer's got this lovely sort of deep ruby color, excellent clarity, no chill haze or yeast haze at all. It's got this sort of thin, off-white head. In these lower alcohol beers, sometimes you don't expect much head retention because there's not very much protein in these beers. Then after visual assessment, we'll do a little aroma. This has a really nice, muted, kind of graham crackery malt presence. No real caramel or chocolate, but just a tiny hint of roastiness. So like graham cracker, biscuit, and a touch of roast. Yeah. Now we carbonate all of our beers much higher than the British would recognize. These beers are probably mostly meant to be served on a cask at very low carbonation, pretty close to room temperature, but that's just not the way we do it. That's not the way our drinkers want it. So this mild is really nice. It's got just like a touch of dryness and astringency from the roast barley that gives it this nice deep ruby color, and overall it's just like a really fulfilling light beer. Yeah, little notes of like red crust and biscuit and graham cracker, and the English yeast gives it just like this real subtle fruity character that plays really well with that bit of bread and the malt. So Snugglepup Dark Mild, very nice, super easy going, great beer for the middle of the day. Next up, we've got this special bitter or best bitter. There are three categories of bitter in the English pantheon. We've got ordinary bitter, special bitter, and extra special bitter. So this one is right in the middle, and just like you might expect, it's sort of like medium alcohol, medium body, medium hop character, more aggressive than an ordinary bitter, but less so than an ESB, an extra special bitter. So again, really nice clarity here, kind of a golden, deep golden color. Quite a bit more fruit with this beer. We've got like really nice fruity floral overtones from the East Kent Goldings that we use, and that yeast again is contributing a really nice fruity floral bouquet. So right away, notice that it's got much more body than the Snugglepup, and has this very forward hop bitterness and flavor. The malt in this is a little bit more restrained. It's still got that sort of graham cracker background from the English base malt that we're using, that has quite a bit more character than like American two-row base malt. And then it's got this really nice like toasted bread character from the Victory malt that we use out of the Midwest. Really nice, simple, but really nice depth. Very complex beer for just like kind of an afternoon drinking beer. It's about 5%, about 30 IBUs, so super drinkable, and again, just like this nice blend of graham cracker and flour. Okay, so last we've got the Dogtown London Porter. London Porters are quite a bit more delicate and sort of smaller beers than their cousins, American Robust Porters. And when you hold this one up to the light, you can see that it's not deep dark black. It, again, like the Snuggle Pup, has like sort of a ruby character to it around the edges, a little bit of brownness. Very nice looking beer. A little bit of an off-white to brown head from higher levels of roast barley. This beer has a little bit of an off-white to tan head, which is from the more highly roasted malts. I think in this one we've got black barley and special B. So aroma-wise, immediately like quite a bit more of the dark and roasted malt characters. Some really nice like dry cocoa, a little backbone of toffee or caramel, and again that floral or fruity character from the English yeast. Such a nice beer. More full-bodied really than either of the other beers, but still quite low alcohol, about 4.7, 4.8%, and this really nice, firm coffee character, chocolate, cocoa character, like bitter dark chocolate, that just is so clean on the palate, and makes for a really nice, drinkable dark beer. Again, low alcohol. These beers are all designed to be consumed in larger quantities than your IPAs or big American beers, and that's what we really like in the pub setting, is the ability to hang out, drink a bunch of pints, and still be able to go home and have dinner afterwards and be a reasonable person. Anyways, cheers, mates.